Residents in Phoenix say that they've had enough with the lack of service delivery at the Phoenix Mortuary. That government-owned mortuary has been plagued by complaints of overcrowding and foul smells, with health and safety of workers placed at risk. Now, according to community leaders, they have tried to reach out to the provincial health department to assist in the matter. Now, our producers have also reached out to the department before this broadcast, but to no avail. So let's unpack the story now. We're joined by Ahmed Paruk, who is with the KZN Undertakers Forum. Ahmed, am I pronouncing your name correctly? Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you. Yes, you are pronouncing my name correctly.
So how do we read this situation, Ahmed, given that this is a government-owned mortuary?
First and foremost, they made the biggest mistake of the Department of Health by closing the Gale Street Mortuary and have put in pressure at the Phoenix Mortuary, Pinetown Mortuary, and the Park Reading Mortuary. That is the biggest mistake they have made, and we have fought this matter previously with the Department of Health not to close the Gale Street Mortuary. So now people are coming from Transkei and all over the shore. Now they have to take two buses, two taxis to go from Durban all the way to Phoenix just to go and identify the loved one. That is the biggest mistake they have made, and this is the matter, is an ongoing matter. Secondly, if you go back, the paupers' bodies that are lying, and I brought this in various radio stations previously, from 2017 they had paupers' bodies, they were lying at the Gale Street Mortuary and nothing was done. After we have put in some pressure, they have started releasing those bodies. And I'm not sure how much at the moment at the Gale Street storage facility they have got in the fridges, how many bodies are there. And the problem that they're faced with is they will never be able to get it right because, one, they do not want to replace staff at all the mortuaries. That's number one. Number two is that most of the vehicles do not work on time, and when it goes for repairs, it takes few months for them. So they're always having a problem getting vehicles, and some of the hospitals are actually storing bodies, government hospital, just because they do not have storage facility as well as in Phoenix and Pinetown. So this is an issue, it's an ongoing issue, and recently I had to intervene and help in terms of even giving them some PPE because the staff couldn't manage there because they've got no PPE, they couldn't do anything. So, I can't understand. This is a service delivery issue, and the government and the Department of Health is not doing anything about it.
Ahmed, I want to bring in Mzwandile Radebe, who is a community leader, into the story. And our viewers, we've been playing some of the images. Mzwandile, good morning and welcome. Some of the images coming from that Phoenix mortuary showing bodies piled up high, some of them on the floor as well. There's that very disturbing image. How bad is the situation? I mean, can we put a number to the bodies that are still at Phoenix mortuary?
Morning to you. How are you?
Good. Please go ahead, Mzwandile. Do we know how many bodies are stored there?
This happened during or after the flood here in KZN. Because as a community leader, I had to accompany some families to go look for family members that were missing. As you enter the mortuary on your right hand side, there are about plus minus 150 bodies that were lying on the floor.
Sure.
Then we started to do the investigation because on Friday we were supposed to have a meeting with the management. Because a day before that we arranged a meeting, then a lady agreed on a meeting. When we pitched on Friday, she was nowhere to be found. We had to be attended by one of the staff member, of which he also agreed on this allegation to say, look, we are working under very bad conditions as workers, and mind you that these workers, they are working 8 hours in this condition. Because as you enter the Phoenix mortuary, you can smell. There is a bad smell. inside. So in terms of hygiene. So that is why we've decided to escalate this matter so that the Department of Health can assist, because it seems as if there is lots of backlog inside into that Phoenix mortuary.
Yeah. Ahmed, let's bring you back into the discussion there. And Mzwandile raises a point that you've addressed as well, just the inhumane conditions that workers are expected to operate in a context of overcrowding like that. The issue of PPE you've brought up, but one can just imagine the kind of smell in a context where these bodies are not being kept in refrigeration facilities. Ahmed, are you still
I can't hear you.
Are you still there?
I'm here, but I cannot hear you.
All right. Our guest, Mzwandile, has now also highlighted something you brought up, which is the conditions that workers are expected to endure at that facility, working with what one can just imagine is the smell at a facility where bodies are piling up and they're not being refrigerated.
They have a major problem because there's no storage places. Facility in the mortuary at the moment, and they're using Gale Street mortuary as well. So the government has to, and the Department of Health has to do something to get those post-mortem done quick as possible, and the pauper's bodies to be buried quick as possible. Yeah. That's the only way they will be able to remove the backlog. And when the flood came in on the 12th of April, they had bodies there for about 430 bodies. Postmortems were not done. Their excuse was they do not have water. I managed through Action SA, I'm a PR counselor for Action SA, and we managed to put a JoJo tank at the Phoenix mortuary for them to go and do the post-mortem quick as possible, because people were coming from all over the shore just to identify the bodies and take the bodies to be the loved ones to be buried. Yeah. I can't understand why a service delivery like this, the government has not got any compassion in helping the grief family.
Yeah, certainly an untenable situation. Let me thank both of our guests for weighing in. Mzwandile Radebe is a community leader, and Ahmed Paruk, joining us via our video link with the KZN Undertakers Forum. And as I mentioned at the start of this interview, we have reached out to the Provincial Health Department. Our producers on the show having no luck. But if you are listening and you are with the department, we'd like you to weigh in on a discussion that's affecting the community there in Phoenix.